Hey guys, this video is going to show you how to use the pen tool to make a vector, which is basically a way of saying you can make a solid object out of your drawings and sketches that you'll be able to expand and edit on your computer. So to do that, the first thing you have to do is take a photo of your images and upload it to your desktop, like I have done here. Here's one. Once you've done that, you should have three, but I'll just use one. You want to go into Adobe Illustrator, File, New, and you want to make sure it's at A4. Okay. Then I want to place my image onto here. So File, Place, and my image is here. So I've got that, and I'll place it. Okay, so here's the image that I've drawn and taken. Now, to convert it to a vector, you can see the previous activity that we did about live trace, or we can follow the pen tool if that doesn't work. So the pen tool is over here, and it's quite a frustrating tool to use until you get the hang of it, and then it will be your best friend. So I'm going to show you how to use it, but just keep in mind that it will take a bit of practice. So I've grabbed the pen tool, and the pen tool is all about basically tracing your image with a pen. So if I just zoom in, just here, this is called an anchor point. So the pen tool basically works by making anchor point to anchor point, and yeah, you just keep following your image. So this is my first anchor point here. The next one I want to do is click about here. So immediately that's made a straight line. So to make a straight line, we'll just start from that. Just pretend I wanted to make a box. All you have to do is click there, then I'd click over here, then I'd click here, and then I'd click here. The little circle that you can see means that it's joined to this anchor point and it will close the shape. So there we are, I've got my shape, and if I come over here, I can change the color, any color I want. I want it, say, red. I want the outline to not exist, so I'll just go to none. Oh. So this is the outline tool, and this is the filler. So if I swap them around, then I've got a white square. Basically, that's how it works. So if you want to have a practice at using the pen tool just with the lines, or if you've got a straight logo, then that's great. So say if I had a logo that had the letter N, let's just pretend the letter N was here, I'd just have to click on the bottom, then I'd come up, and then I'd go across, and then I'd come back down, and then I'd go like that. So it's just all about clicking the corners to make your straight lines. Down, across, and the little circle to close it. So that's just really rough, but it shows you how you can make a vector. So the beauty of vectors is I can now go in, I can make this as big or as small as I want without it pixelating, like getting blurry and distorted. I can edit it as much as I want, change colors, just really play around with it. I can come over to the gradient tool and mix that up. So it's all about giving you more options to play with your design. So that's basically how you use the pen tool with the straight, using straight things. Now the tricky bit is, I'll just delete that, is when you get an object like this, and I'm sure a lot of you have, and you want to start doing curve lines. And this is the bit where you'll start to pull your hair out, but just try and bear with it. Okay, so you grab the pen tool and you put it down where you want to start. So, So I want to start here, put my first anchor point. Now, the tree trunk kind of curves here a little bit. So I find the next place where the tree curves. So that would be about there. And I want to put the anchor point down, but I want to hold it. I don't want to let go. So I'm clicking and I haven't let go. And then I can do is I use this mouse to to curve the line the way I want it. So I'm still holding down, I'm not letting go, and I'm really happy with that curve. So I'm just moving these little arms here to move the line. Okay, so about there looks really good, and this is annoying here because it's in the fill, so I just have to change this over so it's just using the pen tool outline. So just come over here and swap those around so you get the proper outline. Okay, so we've done that. The next thing we want to do is go the other way. So all we have to do now is come up here and put the next anchor point. So now I'm just bending this to try and fit that shape. And I'm not really happy with that, it's not working properly. It's all a bit curvy and things. And that's because we haven't locked the other anchor point down. So if I just get rid of that, I'll just go delete. What we want to do is you want to click on this anchor point next, because you're putting a curvy line this way, you want to lock this anchor point down. So if we just click on it, now if we come to this point, it curves a lot easier. So it's only curving from this point here to that point rather than the point in the middle. So now I want to do a bit of a straight line. So that's easy. So I've clicked on this anchor point here and I'm going to come up to, let's just make this a straight line to there. So that it'll automatically go to a straight line if you let go. Okay, so the next place we want to go is this curve here. So I'm going to come up and click to about that point, and I'm not going to let go. And I'm going to curve the line just following the tree shape. So it's all about just using these little anchor arm points to curve your line how you want it. And once you're happy, you let go. And if you want a straight to go straight this way, then you just click straight out this way. But if you want to curve up the other way, you have to click on this anchor point here, so it locks it down, and then click where you want the next curve to go. So this is a curve here, so I'd click about there and curve it that way. So then I want it to go this way, so I'd click on this anchor point here, lock it down, put my little point here, and curve it that way. So then this one, I'd want it to go that way. So I'd lock it down, click where the next curve is, hold it down, and curve it that way. So to go back into this way, I'd want to, see, if I don't click it down, what happens is it goes all warpy and funny because it's curving from the middle. So you don't want that. You want to lock down that anchor so it doesn't move, and you want it to curve from this point. So the next curve would be there, so I click there, hold it down, and bend it. So if you pull it down this way, the line goes up. If you pull it down this way, it goes that way. So it's pretty tricky. Lock it down, next point. It's pretty good. And this is a tricky design to do because there's a lot of little curves. So you're just playing around with it until you get the hang of it. It gets really frustrating, especially if you don't lock these points down. So I'll show you again, if I don't come over here and lock this down, then the next place I go to, it won't bend how I want it. It'll start to curve funny. So if that's happening, ask yourself, have I come back and locked this layer? And 99% of the time you would have said, oh no, I forgot. So if you just bear with me really quickly, I'll just go around this super quick. You'll take your time, but I'm just going to show you. I'm just rushing it now. Just mucking around, trying to get the end result. Okay, so basically just pretend I've gone around this whole tree. Maybe if the curves are too hard, you can even make straight lines. You could make a tree out of straight lines instead, like this. Anyway, we come all the way down. Just pretend that that's taken me for ages and I've been really meticulous with it. And I want to close this shape off. So to do that, I come back to my very starting point and a little circle has appeared. So I click on that, and that means that the shape is now completely locked. So I can go through and change its color. So if I just come out here, you can see how good it would look if you sticked to it. So yeah, now you've got the ability to go through and change its size, change its shape. I'll do this really quickly and I'll show you how the end result should look. Okay, so I've just paused that and then went back through and did the tree properly. So if I come and fill it in, you can see how it looks pretty cool. And now I've got the options of going through and saying I want it to look more realistic. I want it brown. I can come in and I can change the gradient. I can make it a radial gradient rather than a linear one, so it's coming like a circle. But yeah, so this is how you make vectors, and they're really, really handy. So now you've got the option of, you've basically made something that you've drawn and turned it into a digital file. So I can make this now as small as I want. I can make heaps of them if I want to. So it just gives you so many more options to play around with. I could make a cool pattern, come around and flip one upside down and maybe join them, which might look pretty cool. So it's just, and that's a pretty cool way to do it. With the Tallangatta thing, you've got your dead trees, and then what you could do is make this one blue, or something like that, and you've got either a reflection on the water, or that could be like the tree roots coming down. So it just gives you another way of going through and developing your concepts. All right.